Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you're ready to stop manually syncing POS data with accounting software, marketing tools, fulfillment tools, and so forth, today's video is definitely for you. Last week we explored webhooks and N8N for custom automations. This week we're excited to introduce our latest extension, Zapier, connecting Final POS to over 8,000 popular SaaS tools. We'll guide you through the full setup, show you a live QuickBooks demo that adds customers from your POS directly to your accounting system automatically, and explore how you can streamline workflows like never before. Let's jump in. Great, so I've already set up a quick demo environment here for us to play around with it. And the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna click extensions. We're gonna scroll down to the bottom to see one of the latest sync extensions here. Gonna click on that, and here just have a couple screenshots of what we can do with it, and it talks a bit about the different listeners that we can put in, but we're gonna go through that in depth in just a minute. Let's start by installing it, and the first thing you see is that it under settings have added a new settings page called Zapier. And on the Zapier, there's basically 4 steps to get it running. We've got to create a new SAP, then we've got to use this authentication key to tie the Final and Zapier together. Then we can choose our event, and then we should start seeing our real data flow through very quickly after. So let's jump over to Zapier. Cool. So if you're familiar with Zapier or any other tools like the N8N we went through the other day, everything starts with a trigger, and then you can run SAPs, as they call it here, or different actions after. So the first thing, I've already taken the liberty of just creating a new SAP here called Final Demo. And let's start by selecting Create Trigger. And as you can see, there is a lot of different triggers here. And if we search for Final POS, you'll see that Final POS is here. It is in beta still, but it should be released pretty soon to full production, but it is publicly available already. Great, so now we've set it up. Let's connect it into the Final account. And when I click sign in, it basically comes and say, hey, you need an API key, and you can go to the Zapier settings page in your account. We already grabbed that as you saw before. So if we go back, it's this key here. We're gonna go back here. Let me just open the right window. Jesus Christ, sorry about that. So let's just input this key here and then click connect. And now it should be connected over here. So it has demo company. And that is basically one of the hardest parts of this. You'll see it's pretty easy to get running from now. So let me just take you through the different trigger events. We can have a custom event. It's very similar to what I showed you with webhooks the other day, where you click a button and then it triggers that action. It doesn't have any extra data like it would with the webhook, so it's a little more simplified than the webhooks, but it's basically a way to start a workflow. Let's say like open this store and then you connect it up with your Philips Hue devices to turn on the light in the store, and maybe the sign in the window says open or whatever. You can create some really cool automations with this, but it works similar to a webhook would in many ways, but just with less data. Next up, we have some more exciting automating triggers here. First off is customer created. We'll go through it in just a minute, but basically what it does is it takes all of the customer data when a new customer is created, and it passes it in here for you to use for other actions. Same for if we update any customers. We also have order created. So if a new order is created, let's say we take all of the order data, we then run it in, and then we can say when this order, if it's this type of order, then let's create a DHL shipping ticket label, or maybe it says go to QuickBooks or your accounting solution and set up a new invoice or whatever for them to pay over time instead of instantly. There's a lot of different ways you can use this, but order created is really powerful. Then we have product created. Again, very similar to order created. It's whenever a new product is created, you're able to get that and load it in, maybe update it to your work catalog or website or whatever else you may have. Then you have session closed, and that's basically the end of session reporting. So every time somebody closes the register end of the day, you could be sending an email to your owner or manager about this is today's sales and who was the best seller of the day and all of those kind of things, all included in session reporting. But it's also really powerful for another thing, for your accountants. You're able to have this sync up to QuickBooks, to any accounting solution you run with, even just an Excel sheet with your end of session daily reporting, and then your accountants should be able to grab all of that and be able to do all of your bookkeeping and whatnot. And lastly, we have stock updated. So if you want to have you can have a stock updated trigger, and then you can say if stock is lower than this, then for example, send a new purchase order over to your supplier, or let my manager know, or whatever that may be. You can fully set up your own rules. And it's important to know that we can have as many steps as we want. So you can have a rule that says only let the next steps run if this field is equal to less than 10 products or whatever that may be. But for today, what we're going to do is we're going to just show you how you actually link this up. And we're going to give an example of how to make sure that your accounting solution is fully up to date with any customer that gets created. So we're going to say whenever we click create customer, or whenever somebody creates a customer at any station within your final account, we want to know. Then we're going to click continue. Now it's going to check the triggers. We're going to click test trigger. And what you'll see here is that it found one record. That's just a test record. But if we go in here, what we can see that we found with this is we have a unique identifier, what day they were created, last update, if they have a company name, email, first name, last name, their whole billing address, their shipping address. And again, this is useful for anything like everything you want to connect it with. It can be into new customer created. Let's set up a MailChimp or Campaign Monitor, HubSpot, whatever you want to tie into. It's really out there. Zapier works with 8,000 tools, so you're able to take all of this data now and put into any tool you really want. Anyway, we are gonna say that's fine. Let's continue with that. And now it comes up for the next step. Again, we have filters and all kind of different stuff. What we're going to do today is just tie in with QuickBooks Online. And I've already connected a demo account here that I set up for this purpose. But now we're able to choose what event we want happen. So we got all the data. And now we're going to choose what should happen when we come to this next step here. And we can, as you can see here, we have attached files, create bill. So for example, if you on the POS want to have pay later or send them an invoice, you could have this just say, whenever an order is complete, now send it. We're not charging. So you now make a custom payment type button that are called don't charge or by invoice or whatever. And then this can detect it and create them as a customer and an invoice here. So same for estimates, of course, too. What we're going to do today is we're going to say here, we're going to just search, create, and then we should be able to find create customer. So, and again, once you understand how this works, I know you will come up with some super powerful automations. So let's try and click continue. And what you see here is now we've got to configure what data goes where. So you can see there's a little /. We could also click the plus, but if we click /, then it comes in with all of your different things here. What we are going to do is we're going to take billing name, space, last name. That creates the full name. You might see stuff that we don't have in Final, for example, display name, but that doesn't mean you can't have it added. You just say, I'm going to add these two in again here. For example, for full name and display name can be the same. Let's maybe also give a phone number. We can search for all of the fields here. So we have phone number, and that should be it for now. Again, you get the gist. So there's a lot of empty fields here. And I will say Copilot is pretty good at building all of these workflows too. So if you're struggling with some of this, I would try the new Copilot feature by Zapier, as it understands our whole mapping and are able to take all of these different things and connect. Anyway, let's test the step. And what you'll see here is now it has sent it. It says a customer was sent to QuickBooks Online in about 0 seconds. And I've already gone to the overview over here, and I'm just going to refresh the screen. And now you see a customer name, sample string, and that's okay for now. It also shows phone number, sample string. It means that we have a working connection. And that's really all we were looking for. So now what we're going to go back and do is we're just going to go back to the configure step. Say, is everything we want to have here available? Maybe we should have the email. And then let's pop that in there too. Cool. I'm going to now say publish. And now we're publishing our SAP. And that means it's live and running. Let's now go over and try and run a new sale. I'm just going to refresh the screen here. Good, and we're ready to test. So now let's try and go in. This is just a vision theme we've been playing around with before from the past demo. We're just going to say Matthias test, and then maybe Zapier at finalpos.com. We're going to add a number. That should be all good. We're not going to add the full billing address for now. And now I click create, and the new account is there. And then let's see how that syncs. I will say Zapier usually takes a minute or two to sync. So I'm just going to fast forward here for a second and wait till it syncs in. It depends on what Zapier plan you're on. I'm on the free plan here. And I will say the free plan will allow you to sync up to 100 times, 100 events. So that can be 30 end of session reporting, and now all of your counting is done more or less automatically for you, or whatever that may be. But if it doesn't sync in here, I'm just gonna stop for a second and start when it's synced in. Yeah, so we are back. It took 5 minutes, as it states as well on the website, to sync in. If you wanted it to be faster, you just have to be on the paid plan, and then it comes down to 30 seconds. But yeah, as you see, the customer's created. If we go in, you're able to see the Zapier phone number and everything we inputted. And of course, we would normally add billing and shipping address and everything and map it out. One of the next steps that we will be doing soon from Final side is we are going to do a lot of these templates for you. So we will map out how to create a customer, so you can basically run templates made by us. I'm going to give you a demo once those are done, but we plan on making a template into almost every basic, like any accounting solution out there, and some of the marketing solutions and whatnot. But if in case that we don't have a template, like in this example with QuickBooks right now, you can absolutely drag and drop it together. And if you need any help, don't forget to reach out to us. We are always happy to help. So let's run a quick recap. So that's it. Today we talked through Final's new Zapier integration and how it connects you with thousands of tools. We showed you the complete setup process and a live QuickBooks demo that synced customer data automatically. With this powerful integration, your checkout process becomes an automation hub that connects effortlessly with your full tech stack. So, are you ready to streamline your workflows and automate your business? Start building for free and experience the power of truly connected commerce. And that's final.